Super Smash Brothers! Go!
Welcome back to the tour. I left Germany 2 weeks ago. You can read about my first week there preparing for the trip on my blog. I traveled west towards the Netherlands. You know what they say about people passing you on the Autobahn at incredibly high speeds? That's not true. And as I got into the city limits of Amsterdam, I had the first chance to test my brakes. And they worked. And so does my horn. Not that intimidating, unfortunately. And I had a really, really easy time finding my campground as well.
Okay, follow that. So I'll keep taking the 514. Control down leading to the 515. 14. To the 15. To the 46. To the end.
I finally got there after a long, kind of exhausting day. And then I got hit. Lovely Ukrainian gentleman unfortunately ran into my motorcycle, and I was completely fine, but my bike, the mirror snapped off, as well as the clutch lever, and the entire left bearing was completely scratched up as well. So that was fun. I decided it was too late to do anything about it, so I checked in, and this old guy comes up to me and he says, "Is everything alright?" I say, yeah, it just, and I explained to him that I got hit, and it was my first day, and I was a little upset. I told him a little bit about my trip, and he says to me, "Well, hey, at least when you tell your family about it, they won't be bored to death." What are you doing, bro? Bro, let's go. You're from Germany too. No wonder you drive like that. Anyway, where was I? Amsterdam. Yeah. I went into the city the next day to search for a motorcycle dealer to get me some spare parts, and I took a tram to Central Station in Amsterdam and decided to walk the rest of the way. It was on the west side, and that didn't go so well. I was walking and walking and walking and walking and about 3 hours later I finally made it to the dealer and ordered the parts, and then decided to take the train back. And I saw the rest of the city. Saw Museum Square. I saw the Van Gogh Museum. I saw Madame Tussauds. I saw some street performers. I saw the red light district. Took lots of pictures. Just kidding. Don't do that. Respect the workers. Respect your privacy. Sightsee with your eyes if you are going. And then, aside from that, I had some really good food and went home, and that was the night I met Mateusz and Kasper and Kova and Magda and all of the wonderful friends from Poland. On the campsite, I introduced myself, just sat down at their picnic table because I was feeling a little lonely on my first couple days, and they invited me to have food with them and to play a round of cards, and that round of cards lasted until 3 in the morning, and we spent the next couple days together seeing the city and making food, and well, they made food, I ate it. And then and playing more cards and having great conversations and getting to know each other. and these are just some of the nicest people. They really made me feel at home, even though they weren't at home, and it was really wonderful. And I was sad to see them leave. I was still waiting for my parts. So on Thursday, my parts arrived, and I fixed my bike, and it's working as far as I know. We'll see how that lasts. And then I was also waiting for my license to arrive in the mail. I've just been driving with a temporary one, and I didn't want to leave on the rest of my trip through France and stuff before I had my actual license. So it was supposed to arrive on Friday, and it didn't. And I was expecting it to, because the tracking number said it would be there. And then I packed up all my things foolishly, and my tent and everything, and then since it didn't arrive, one of the camp workers, Julia, invited me to go kayaking, which was lovely. We saw the water, kind of the lake surrounding Amsterdam, and we saw beautiful swans, and we saw the bridges, and it was a lovely kayaking trip. And then, since I had already packed up all my stuff, she invited me to stay at her apartment with her and her roommates for the night, and I met some more wonderful people, Stein and Annalinda, her roommates, and then Hannah. And again, just caring, loving people who welcomed me into their house and gave me beer, and we made delicious food, and we went to a 90s party that night, and danced with a bunch of 35-year-olds who may or may not have been on ecstasy. Yeah, we just had a lovely evening, and then the next day my license still hadn't arrived, so we went for a bike ride and had a wonderful time. And then on Sunday, no post, so I was stuck another day, and again, they just kept being so welcoming and loving. And I had the best time there with them. Sunday night, I knew that it would arrive Monday. I had this feeling. So Sunday night, we after seeing the city, we went to another party. This one was a little more relaxed. It was around a fire at an old renovated church, and they had rebuilt an old tent trailer to be a sauna, and so I went and was in a naked sauna for the first time with about 8 other people, men and women, and we all were just normal and naked and had great conversations while sweating out whatever it is you sweat out in the sauna. And I was a little hesitant, having been raised in kind of North American Western thing. It's not so normal, everything's so sexualized, and luckily those views are slowly changing, but it's still kind of a big thing. And to just be able to come here and go into a sauna and have normal conversation with people, regardless of what they had on, was a really enriching experience. Finally, on Monday, my license arrived, and I was sad again to say goodbye. And that's one thing I've noticed already traveling, is just having to say goodbye to wonderful people that you have just met is very hard. Nonetheless, it was a wonderful time, and I packed up my things and headed south to the coast of France, where I am now. So that's kind of my last 2 weeks. One thing I want to take away from each place when I reflect on it, and something that I've learned about myself or about the world. And I think what I want to take with me from the Netherlands is to really trust where I am in life, and trust what's happening to me. I could have been in France, for example, if my license had come sooner. I could have been there over the weekend, and I just learned that there was flash flooding and severe thunderstorms there, and 19 people actually lost their lives over the weekend there due to the weather conditions. And I wasn't there. I wasn't in France because I was getting impatient here in Amsterdam waiting for my license, but there truly is a reason, I think, that my license didn't show up. And the same goes for getting hit. So obviously you don't want to ever get hit on a motorcycle, but had I not had that issue right at the start, I might have only stayed 2 or 3 days in the beautiful city, and I may not have felt the need to sit down at the picnic table and meet my lovely friends from Poland, and I certainly wouldn't have been there until Friday, when I had the chance to meet Yulia and Analinda and Stein, and all the rest, and that just shows you there's always a silver lining. You just have to really look for it, and you need to trust where you are and what's going on. With that said, I'm on the coast of France now, as you can see, and I will come back to you guys in a little bit, and we'll talk very soon. Alright, I love you. Mwah.